Memorial Day nightmare. Destructive storms threaten millions across the East. Millions of Americans in the eastern United States faced severe weather on Memorial Day following a weekend marked by deadly storms that wreaked havoc across the central U.S. Destructive thunderstorms and tornadoes swept through parts of Kentucky, Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, and Alabama, leading to at least 23 fatalities, including 4 children. Arkansas and Texas were particularly hard hit, with 15 deaths reported, while Kentucky accounted for 5 additional fatalities. The severe weather on Sunday marked the most active day of the year for storm activity, with over 600 reports of storm damage spanning at least 20 states. This included numerous tornadoes, wind gusts surpassing 75 miles per hour, and hailstones as large as softballs. The storms left a trail of destruction, transforming buildings into rubble, damaging vehicles, and downing power lines. As of Monday afternoon, more than 450,000 homes and businesses across the central, southern, and eastern U.S. remained without power, according to poweroutage.us. In Kentucky, harsh storms on Sunday night prompted Governor Andy Beshear to declare a state of emergency early Monday. The storms caused significant damage in several communities and disrupted phone services in the Bowling Green area, necessitating alternate emergency numbers for residents needing assistance. The National Weather Service office in Paducah, Kentucky, deployed at least 2 storm survey teams on Monday to evaluate the damage. The state reported 5 storm-related deaths, 1 each in Hardin, Hopkins, Caldwell, and Mercer counties, and another in Louisville. Additionally, another individual was critically injured, Governor Beshear stated during a Monday news conference. In Oklahoma, officials reported 2 deaths and more than 20 injuries due to the weekend storms. A tornado of at least EF3 strength, with gusts ranging between 136 and 165 miles per hour, struck Claremore, Oklahoma, on Saturday night, injuring 23 people. The twister also damaged Will Rogers Downs, a horse racing facility near Claremore, resulting in injuries to several horses, 3 of which had to be euthanized, according to Joe Lucas, a spokesperson for the state's Thoroughbred Racing Association. Pryor, a nearby city, also reported 2 fatalities due to the storms. On Monday, the severe thunderstorm threat moved eastward, placing more than 70 million people from the south to the northeast under a level 2 of 5 risk. The northeast and mid-Atlantic regions, including a large portion of the I-95 corridor, were forecast to experience severe thunderstorms through Monday evening. These storms could bring damaging wind gusts, hail, and tornadoes. The National Weather Service identified elevated risks of severe weather in areas stretching from eastern North Carolina to eastern Pennsylvania and western New Jersey, with cities like Richmond, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Philadelphia at a slightly increased risk for tornadoes. In addition to the potential for tornadoes, the storms were expected to produce heavy rainfall, raising the risk of flooding, particularly in low-lying or urban areas. Parts of New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland faced a level 2 of 4 risk for excessive rainfall. Severe thunderstorms in the eastern U.S. were expected to diminish Monday night as they moved offshore into the Atlantic Ocean. However, isolated severe thunderstorms could develop later in the day in parts of the southern plains, particularly in north-central Texas, including the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area. The main threats in this region were large hail and damaging wind gusts, with a possibility of tornadoes. In addition to severe storms, an early-season heat wave brought sweltering conditions to parts of southern Texas, the central Gulf Coast, and southern Florida over Memorial Day weekend. Excessive heat warnings were in effect through Monday evening for parts of Texas, while heat advisories extended from Texas to Mississippi. Major cities such as Houston, New Orleans, Miami, Mobile, Alabama, Tampa, Florida, and Charleston, South Carolina, experienced extreme heat. By mid-afternoon on Monday, air temperatures in some areas were approaching record highs, with heat index readings surpassing 110 degrees from Texas to southern Louisiana. The heat index, which measures how the body feels the temperature when humidity is factored in, reached between 110 and 115 degrees in parts of the Houston metro area and even broke into the low 120s near the Texas-Mexico border. In New Orleans, the heat index soared to at least 108 degrees, and it approached the triple-digit mark in Mobile, Alabama. Nighttime offered little respite, as overnight low temperatures were expected to be 10 to 15 degrees above normal, potentially setting record warm temperatures in numerous locations. The extreme, prolonged heat raised concerns about heat-related illnesses such as heat stroke, particularly among vulnerable groups including children, individuals with underlying health conditions, pregnant women, and outdoor workers. The risks of excessive heat, which is considered the most deadly form of extreme weather, are becoming more widespread as human-driven climate change continues to elevate global temperatures. Data from the previous year indicated a significant increase in heat-related illnesses during the warm season, with a 20% higher share of emergency department visits compared to the previous 5 seasons. This trend underscores the growing public health challenge posed by rising temperatures and more frequent heat waves. The recent spate of severe weather and heat waves highlights the importance of preparedness and resilience in the face of extreme weather events. Communities across the United States must continue to improve their emergency response capabilities, enhance infrastructure resilience, and promote public awareness about the dangers of severe weather and heat. Local governments and emergency management agencies play a crucial role in coordinating responses to severe weather events, including issuing timely warnings, conducting damage assessments, and providing support to affected residents. Public health officials must also focus on educating the public about the risks associated with extreme heat and implementing measures to protect vulnerable populations. The Memorial Day weekend of 2024 will be remembered for the deadly and destructive weather that impacted millions of Americans across the central and eastern United States. As the nation contends with the immediate aftermath of these storms and heat waves, it is also a stark reminder of the increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather events driven by climate change. Strengthening community resilience, enhancing emergency response capabilities, and addressing the root causes of climate change are essential steps toward mitigating the impacts of future severe weather events and protecting public health.